professionals in businesses should be able to go through my course and learn how to build assistants. Like, this is just as useful for coaches as it is for teachers and HR people and salespeople and marketers and everyone in between, consultants, advisors, strategists, everything. And so no worries at all. So okay. What I will do here, so just so you know, the way that I use this when I was playing around with it, I've got transcripts from like either sessions that I've had or calls that I've had, and I put as much of it as possible into it. I think it was like, I would upload like 10 documents. But also if you've written articles, like messages that you've sent where you've explained things, essentially as much context as you can, and you can build it, like you can kind of layer it. So if you want to like give it a little bit and see what you get, and then you can give it some more. But the whole idea is that you can always come back and say, right, I'm going to give it some more information. I'm going to give it some more stuff.
Okay, so if I put 2 documents in there for the moment, and if I speak to it now and explain as an overview, is that a good idea?
If you want, yeah.
Just because then it's got some information about it. So it's got some documents that are a bit that evidence. But so at the top, whose voice are we modeling? But then
sorry, Jackie, I would be mindful of uploading like AI generated stuff, especially stuff that you're not like, this is exactly right. So like we're trying to not clone, but like we're trying to capture the way that you speak, the way that the words that you use, the things that you talk about, the way that you approach things. Yeah. And so it's better to give it things that you've like purposefully written, basically. Okay. Or like I said, if it's easy and you have transcripts of sessions that you've done, I don't know whether you have been using note takers or anything like that, but you can also give it transcripts.
They're all a bit higgledy-piggledy because we get a bit like our session here, we get sidetracked very easily. So would it take the website? Because obviously that is something that, you know, we sort of stand by.
Any articles or anything on the website?
I just did an article last week on.
I was like a perfect candidate of something to send it.
Okey-dokey, right. Oh my God, this is where we're not having Amber with me. It's to finding things. This is where my head is. Right, let me give it some speaking. Okay, so we are a community interest company. So that is the voice that we're modeling. And our brand is caring, simple, easy, accessible. It's based for people who are often struggling to find help and support, or who are feeling isolated and lonely and want to connect with people, or who are wanting to find volunteering opportunities. But it's also there for small to medium social enterprises who want to support their community through something called the Community Pledge. So the community interest company is called If Everyone Cares, CIC. Part 1 of that is then adoddle.org, which is spelled ADODDLE.org. And that is the online community mapping platform. It's the UK's first network of connected area-based community maps. And we are simple, accessible, non-judgmental. It's really important about helping people to find the things that they need to improve their lives without any stigma or anything that leaves them feeling rough or rotten or worse than when they first came to our platform. The second part, the business part of the model, is the Community Pledge, and that is an online platform, membership platform for businesses to help them to fulfill their corporate social responsibility at a relatively small price so they can highlight theirs. Everything is kind, caring, simple, and positive. We focus on the positive, so we might not use the word but, we might use the word however or yet, that type of thing, and it's always accessible.
That was really good.
Oh, it's so difficult because there's so many elements.
To note, and you'll see this as you go, that this language and voice guidelines is not about what the business is, but rather how the business speaks and the way that the business approaches like communicating.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so hopefully the friendly, the simple, the easy.
Yeah, I think it will pull it out. I'm confident.
Did I see it saying about using the EN dashes there? So has it got all of that in there?
All of that in there, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
I mean, feel free if you click on, oh, it's gone now, but yeah, if you click on where it says for 43 seconds, it will open up like a side panel where you can actually read what it's actually trying to do.
Oh,
So update and extract from your document.
I could go down a real rabbit warren there.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
might,
so if you close it, yeah. If
yeah.
you click it, I'll show you what
Look at
this
cognitive framework, how I think, dignity first. That's so important. Maybe tired, uncertain, or isolated, offer assurance. Lens, visibility. Visibility creates connection. Simplicity is accessibility. Positive, practical, optimism. Values-led, sustainability. Okay, explanation. So this, in 2, it says use you don't need. That for us is something that would actually be a negative, because it's almost judging without meaning to. It's, you know, you might change that you don't need to you can, or a potential way you can do this, or something like that. So you want to always frame it in the positive.
Okay, yeah, give it that.
So would I come to here and say,
here's some extra context.
Yeah, here is a bit of extra context. So point 2, explanation logic, how I make things understandable. You use a bullet point that says you don't need reframes. So actually, we wouldn't use a reframe like that. Our reframe would be a positive reframe. You could potentially, an idea is, a suggestion, something you could try is. So it would always be a positive reframe. Using words like don't, should, must is absolutely not something that we would do. It's always about enabling the person to feel like they're on the journey, and that actually there is no judgment. There is nothing that they have to do. They could potentially do that.
When I was creating and like re-looking, essentially, I was doing some research to find like, how would you stylistically say that you could represent, like, you know, when they do they go back and look at text and say, oh, I know that this was written by this person. Like, what do you track? What do you look for when you say like this thing is written by this person? And so I tried to reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
And it's not just about words, it's also about the way that you approach communicating and the style that you have. And so I broke it into these like sections that you're seeing, like these 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it goes down to 7. And at least so far, it feels like the AI really does do a good job of like matching it when it then creates copy.
That's really interesting. I mean, look at this. So this point now is use positive optional reframes to lower barriers. E.g., you could try, one idea is, a simple next step might be.
That's much better than before.
Yeah, I mean, and that is us. We do always try to do that reframe in how something is. That's so good. Never salesy or pushy. Oh, that's so good. The frequent use of lists. Try. So that you could try. I might go, you might like to try, or you might find it helpful to try.
That's quite good as well.
Is that one I would give it?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like your business's voice is almost your voice, Jackie.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Another little bit of context. So point 3, style fingerprint, how it sounds on the page. Just from reading through, bullet point number 4, gentle optional language that keeps agency with the reader. My choice there would be is you might try, it could help if, and I've forgot what I said, but anyway, let's see whether send that one to it. I forgot what bit I said to you. I remembered part of it and then the other bit's gone. Oh, the joy of a memory that's like Swiss cheese.
You've got that really interesting video on YouTube as well, Jackie. Could you not use that as well?
Which one?
Oh, come up with one. Let's have a look at the chat.
Was it one that was about what we do or something like that?
It's about community mapping. It's you talking.
Okay.
Yeah, you could grab the transcript from that and give it that as well.
Yeah, let me just put it in the chat for you.
Oh, thank you.
How are you feeling about this so far, Jackie? Do you feel like
really impressed? I mean, this is, to me, I'm being nitpicky finding those tiny bits. This to me is so, yeah. I mean, here, plain everyday vocabulary. Thank you very much for that, Gavin. I'll have a nose and I'll come back in and see if I can get the transcript for it. So people first, always, simple and accessible, always, without stigma or judgment, always. Make it a doddle, signals, ease, head, yes. In one place, yes. Connection, belonging, support, yes. Kind of, fairer, signals, moral, yes. All of that. Meaningful, not before. This is me, and those bits that do you know, this word has been coming up so often in calls, people saying that it's like a stewardship, helping, you know. You could try one idea is if it helps, lowers barriers. See, validate the feeling without drama. That's exactly it. Oh my goodness. You know, this is really good. The user wants certainty or reassurance. Be honest about what's known, then anchor with what's steady. Values, process, next action. Stay grounded. So you're not over promising stuff. That's really important, because I mean, hey, we've got our maps and there are over 3,000 organizations on there, but there's over 150,000 organizations across the UK. So it's still small. Now you see this, and we'll help you find what exists locally. We can only help with what's on the map. It's about not over promising. So I want to go into this one. In point 6, calibration examples, the first example, it says, and we'll help you find what exists locally. We cannot promise to help people to find it. There are over 150,000 charities and community groups across the UK. And at the moment, we've only got just over 3,000 of them on our maps. So there's a big gap there. We cannot make or even sort of state that we can definitely find that for the person. So it's really important not to overpromise.
Also, Jackie, I might note that despite the fact that you gave it quite a lot of context about the organization, none of that is here.
Yeah.
Because the idea being that if we give it really specific things about what we're doing,
Yeah.
like that's what other knowledge files are for. Like this is about anchoring in the way that you approach communicating and like stylistically the way that you speak. And so I think that this is why this is working much better than the other one. Because the other one is almost like pattern matching, like the phrases that you use, rather than actually being able to say, I can say anything as long as I say in this way.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. So I suppose for me, picking up on that and that language, then in the context of what you just said, is more about we can't promise something. So like this has already taken that subtle change there, and we'll help you explore what's currently on the map near you.
Yeah.
So that is the type of way. I mean, so yeah, I like this. And you are making me think. You're making me think about what's the difference between those different files. So this one, off voice example, yeah, that's exactly how we wouldn't word something. So that's what that one means, isn't it? Right. So I wouldn't go to locate. I would go to discover. So
this is saying that's the generic version, and then the one below is the on voice.
Okay. I suppose because it says generic on voice transformation. The generic is
that arrow, yeah.
Okay, right, cool, I get that. Oh, generic too. Okay, I get it. That's me and being daft. Yep, cool, that's fine. Oh, so this bit, variation, is this back to what you were saying about your language and voice, where it kept repeating a certain phrase in there?
Correct, yeah, correct.
Yeah, so that's okay. I like that. Delight. Okay, and this is what.
That's like a summary, yeah.
Yeah.
So that whole document, I feel like you're pretty pleased with that.
I am. I'm incredibly pleased with that. Yeah,
so
very definitely.
That's why we have the time. We've got 4 minutes.
Yep.
What I'd like you to do is go up to the canvas and well, you could get it to export it, to be fair. If you just say option 2, you can always come back and refine it after. I just want to show you that if you take this, and you said that you were having trouble fighting something to make it sound like you.
Yeah.
Go back to that chat and just upload this and say, like, make it from use these language and voice guidelines and get it to redraft. And I assure you, without wanting to make promises, because I'm trying to mirror your language, Jackie, that you may find it has improved dramatically.
Yeah, this is really, I'm impressed. I mean, if you think we didn't start doing this till 25 minutes ago, and I have waffled within that 25 minutes as well, and we've got a brilliant language and voice guide.
Or the power of acceleration with AI, Jackie.
Yeah. And when you're thinking that sort of thing, that at one point, I think, what was the first one? It was thinking for 47 seconds, wasn't it? see, that's what's crazy in my brain, is I can remember something like that, but I couldn't remember what I'd said 30 seconds before when I was looking for that example. Duh. Oh, that, I think really, yeah, really impressed. Here you go, download. And then I don't want that, I want that. And where have I gone? 6, I think it is. Where's 6? AI top level. Let's go. I'm just going to put it here for a second. 0 updated, and then I will tell Amber I've done it.
Yeah, it should also be dated anyway, the file, so it should show up as the 3rd of February. Yeah.
I just forget where things are. So it's like...
Jackie, honestly, when we do the Notion stuff, I think it's going to really help you.
Yeah. So let me put new language. There you are. I've just got that for when I'm just making a note. Put that down for me to talk to Amber about. That is fantastic. There you are.
Thank you.
Thank you ever so much.
So you can then, if you take it to any chat that you've done where you're making something, even if it's in existing chat, you can say, right, here you go. Here's my language. Make it sound like me. And it does a really good job. It does.
That is really impressive. Thank you so much. That is, yeah, awesome. Really good.